Oh, what do we have here? Today we have pizza delivery guy kills 19-year-old, thinks he's going home. Damn. Thank you guys for tuning in. And without further ado, let's get it.
What was her plan? How was she planning on doing it? How did that come up?
She wanted someone to shoot her.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh?
Meet Joseph Lopez, a 22-year-old pizza delivery driver who suddenly found himself at the center of a murder investigation as the prime suspect.
He did it.
I didn't know what to do. And
Okay.
You know you're cooked when the cop pats you on the shoulder like that, right? Like you're fucking cooked. Well done. A1 sauce.
eventually I just, I didn't want it to affect me anymore, so I decided just to forget about it.
The guilt was too heavy.
The gun was like this? Or how?
She just sat down and she put it like this. Then she fired.
Joseph tries to portray the whole thing as a self-destructive act the victim carried out herself, but the autopsy already points to something completely opposite.
The autopsy shows
That cop right there is a dick.
she didn't shoot herself.
Mmm.
Okay. We know that.
And detectives are about to uncover every single lie he desperately tried to hide.
Did she give you the gun when you guys were kneeling down?
Let it out, bro.
You gotta get it off your chest.
Get it out.
He cried the whole time.
Absolutely.
It started on December 13th, 2017. Natalie Bollinger, who was 19, lived in Broomfield, Colorado, with her boyfriend, Joey. That day, she made a public Facebook post saying a man named Sean Schwartz had been stalking and harassing her for years. She
Oh
wrote
my
that she
God.
was afraid of him. 2 weeks later, on December 28th, around 3:30 in the afternoon, Joey came home from work and found the apartment empty. Natalie's phone was still there, but his 9mm Glock was missing. He called the police right away to report her missing. The next day, December 29th, a passerby found her body in a wooded area along a dirt road leading to the McIntosh Dairy Farm off Riverdale Road in unincorporated Adams County, just north of Denver. The autopsy showed she died from a single gunshot wound to the head. It also found a high level of drugs in her system.
Oh boy, you going to jail. Your ass going to jail.
That could have been fatal by themselves, which made the case more difficult to understand. Adams County Sheriff's Office detectives started investigating immediately. Because of Natalie's Facebook post, they first questioned Sean Schwartz. He told police he had nothing to do with it and cooperated fully. He gave them his electronic devices and a DNA sample to help clear his name. After several weeks, the investigation showed he was not involved. He was innocent. They started investigating the whole case again and went through Natalie's phone and all her social media contacts, along with dozens of
So it wasn't the boyfriend and it wasn't the stalker. How does he come into play with this?
messages and data. They found more than 100 suspicious text messages from an unknown number sent on the exact night she disappeared. Those messages led them straight to Joseph Lopez, a guy who delivered pizzas for Dominoes in North Glen. He had only recently popped up in her contacts, and he wasn't a boyfriend or anyone obvious. After weeks of checking every lead
Was he a side piece or something? Like, what's going on?
and collecting the evidence, detectives finally spotted Joseph heading into work at the pizza shop on February 8th, 2018.
This
They
happened in
walked up, asked
2018?
if he would come talk to them at a nearby substation, and he said yes. He even told them right then that he was pretty sure he knew what it was about.
Oh,
That's
damn.
how Joseph Lopez ended up in the interrogation room. And as always, we discuss the court outcome of Joseph's case at the end of the video.
Before we get started, Joseph, I want to tell you, man, I thank you for coming here, right? Like I said, when we told you over there at your work, we're just going down the list here, bro. You know what I mean? So, and unfortunately, your number was there. So, yeah, that's why we had to come in and talk to you. You're here on your own free will, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
I never threatened you, mate.
They're going to say you can leave at any time until you start saying some incriminating shit. Then your ass going to jail.
It's for you to come over here, right?
Not at all.
Okay. And you're free to leave at any time. You know that, right?
Yes.
But we appreciate that you're here, helping us get this, helping us square this away, okay? I just wanted to put that out there, so. Cool. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
You already get the written consent and all that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So over there, you wanted to start telling me, you said you think you know what this is about.
Oh, he already
I
snitching on
cut you
himself.
off, but I had to because, number one, I was cold, bro. I didn't wear a jacket. You had a jacket on. I didn't have a jacket on. That wind was cutting right through this shirt, bro. You know what I mean? So, number two, we wanted to be in a more controlled environment.
Absolutely.
Of course, we're videotaped and whatnot. So, I want to go ahead and just pick it up where you left off, bro.
Alright,
Okay.
so what I'm thinking this is all about is someone I was talking to over on Craigslist. I was just on there.
I ain't never trusted them type of sites, neither Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. I don't trust none of them shits. I ain't gonna lie to you. Too much be happening on them things, man.
Looking for like pen pals.
And who would that be?
I don't know her name.
A pen pal? You in the free world? What are you talking about? You a delivery driver? You tell me what?
I never had.
This is like when I used to drive Uber and Lyft. You know how many beautiful women I used to come in contact with? Be like, hey, what's up, little baby?
But
The fuck? A pen pal.
what drew me to what she had posted was it was very weird. Like where I was at, it was people just looking like for others to talk to, and what she had posted was something about helping her out with like her own. And I mean,
What? Who the fuck goes and talks about some shit like that?
it struck me as odd because that's not usually something you see every day on Craigslist, especially in that part.
Huh.
So I started talking to her.
Huh? Really? That's what I'm
I mean,
saying.
she didn't give me a whole lot of details while we were talking, over the phone and stuff.
Yeah.
So, what I was thinking, because, I suffer from depression and I've tried to kill myself a few times.
You ain't tried to. You ain't tried hard enough.
And I ended up in mental hospital because of it. And,
Wow.
unfortunately, I've moved on from it.
If you tried it, that means you wanted to do it and you was about to, and then you stopped,
My first thought was,
or you failed.
I really want to help this girl. But the way we were talking, she felt like to me, she was adamant about getting this done. Like I was scared to see if I couldn't help someone, that it was going to go in a direction that I didn't want it to go. And
How does all that
unfortunately,
work?
it has.
Communication on Craigslist? Is it texts or you guys email?
So I believe it starts with an email, and then after that, you would give someone your own phone number.
If you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
So
I ain't even know. I ain't
even
even know they would be on Craigslist like that. That's a first for me.
text me, and we started talking, and I convinced her to meet up with me. So I went to her place and I picked her up and we went for a drive. And during that drive, I wanted to learn what was going on and what was going on with her life and why she was so depressed and sad and wanting to herself, because I've been there. And I mean, I've been homeless and I've been in mental hospitals twice. It's a road I don't want anyone else to go through.
That's pretty dark, man.
It's just, it hurts me now, especially
You about to be depressed even more.
with my father, that anyone would think that way.
Yeah.
And it crushes me. But we talked and she started telling me that her boyfriend screwed her over big time by stealing money out of one of her family members' accounts. And he also gave her, I think it was either AIDS or HIV.
You guys got kind of close, huh?
Yeah, I talked to her for a good 2 hours.
AIDS, and she still staying there with him. See, this is why I had no understanding. Y'all would be seeing me on here if somebody gave me that shit.
And I try to tell her, I've been through this and that,
Sure.
it's not worth it, because now look at me, I'm a dad. I have a good job that's fortunately keeping me, because I haven't been able to hold a job since my first mental breakdown when I first went into a mental hospital. And then
And you out here delivering people's pieces. Not to sound judgmental, but
I mean, she was listening, but I don't know if she actually took any of what I was telling her into consideration,
Yeah.
And she asked me just to drop her off somewhere, and I was like, okay, where are we going, And that's last time I saw her, really. Like I tried to talk to her. I dropped her off. What was it? It was a gas station near where she lived, and I started texting her a little bit, and she talked to me for not too much long after that. But after that, she stopped talking to me completely, and it worried me because I couldn't get in contact with her. But after that, I started getting worried, like what's happening now. So I deleted that email account because I didn't want to be associated with anything else that would have happened.
Joseph begins with a story that almost sounds heroic. He claims he only wanted to help a stranger the way someone once helped him. But phone records tell a different story. 111 texts and calls packed into a single morning.
Damn!
That isn't casual concern.
That is a lot. When I get overstimulated when somebody wouldn't text me that much. Fuck. Give me about 5 to 15 messages and we ain't got to talk for the rest of the day. We can talk on the phone, but 100 messages? Oh, fuckity fuck no. That would have gave me red flags off the bat. You feel me? You texting me 111 times? Oh, hell no. Even if you divide that up by each part of that, still 50 texts. I don't like nobody that much. I don't like talking that much. I just don't. I'd rather talk to you on the phone versus texting you that many times. And then for it to be our first meeting, like we could meet, we could just talk on the phone.
That's the
111 texts? Oh, bro.
Deliberate back and forth with a girl who was depressed and in need of help. Detectives let him keep talking.
I feel like that's
knowing
cap,
that the next
though.
piece of paper they slide across the table will show he never dropped her off anywhere, despite what he claims.
On Craigslist, you have different categories. You said you were in a category where that was just kind of really off the wall. What category were you in?
It was women searching for men.
Okay.
And it was primarily it's just, people either trying to find someone to date or just talk to. The hookup one is more in the casual encounters. I was in a different category.
Okay, women for men.
Yeah.
Do you recall kind of what that said that got your attention?
Well, the title itself just said, I'm thinking about putting a hit on myself.
Thinking about putting a hit on myself?
That don't make no fucking sense.
I believe that's what it said.
I'm sorry. I don't believe, bro.
That type of category, it's like way out of left field.
Weird.
So I kind of read through what it said, and it didn't give a whole lot of information on what was going on. So
what did it say? Do you remember? I think it was summary.
Not a whole lot. It just that she was thinking about it, and she was like looking for it immediately. So I went along with the role because I'm a very avid.
What does that mean? Went along?
I'm a very avid role player online. It's what's
Boy, you freaky as hell.
kept me from my sheltered life, talking to people. And basically there's an app on my phone where you create a character and you act as what that character would be.
What did she think you were there for?
She thought I
playing
was
a role.
She thought I was responding to the ad.
In what way?
Like she thought I was going to be the one to do it.
To take her out? Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't believe this shit.
So is that what the conversation was back and forth in the text?
Y'all believe in this shit? Courtney, JJ, Layla. What is it? Who else is being here? Rena. I said Courtney already. Queen. Who else? Y'all really believe in this shit, y'all? I don't know, y'all.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So what was that? What was she asking you in those texts?
She was asking me like, how do you want to do it? Where do you want to go and stuff? And I didn't really give her an answer. It was just real general because I wasn't really thinking about it. But I was just like, well, I know a place, but I can't tell you. And then I sent her a picture of just like this wooded area by a place I used to live.
So you sent that to her saying, hey, I know this place?
Mm-hmm.
What'd she say back?
And she just responded, okay. She went along with it, and then we went for a drive, and of course I took her by there, and she was like, this isn't like the right place once we get there. We had been talking for a while at that point. And I was like, yeah, no, you're right. And that's when I told her, I'm not here to actually, off you. I just wanted to help you, talk to you, because I've been through all this, like I've been telling you, and I found that it's not worth it.
So what was her plan? How was she planning on doing it? How did that come up?
She wanted someone to shoot her.
Really?
Yeah. She didn't really give a whole lot of detail because she was unsure herself, but she was just like, when we were talking over the phone, she was like, I'm thinking just like, kind of like execution style, like behind, the person be behind her or whatever. And, I'm thinking, okay, well, she has put some thought into this, so it's not like she hasn't already planned this out, you know. And then when I told her that I couldn't like get a gun, she told me that she had one.
GPS is on all the time, man. I mean, the GPS is sitting here right now.
Yeah.
So if you're driving around getting lost, you eventually go to your GPS to kind of get you out of there and everything. So as your phone's hitting off all these places that automatically hits off of and everything, is it putting you anywhere else? I mean, are you over by Riverdale Road? Are you down farther into Commerce City, anything like that?
I didn't go to Commerce City, I know that. Yeah.
It seems like these killers always find a way to convince themselves of what they're doing is okay, and it makes perfectly sense. Where when you say that shit out loud, it doesn't make any fucking sense at all.
Right over by the golf course on Riverdale.
Like, I'm sitting here and I'm trying to like have some type of belief in bro, but an ad, and then she's telling you how she wants to do it, and you don't call the police.
Everyone knows what golf course is. Big blue and white ball. And
I don't remember it at all.
that windy road, you don't remember being on that?
I just remember getting lost in that cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, okay, well, I'm actually lost, so pull it up.
I think what he's explaining also is that not only does it tell us basically a person's GPS as to where they are, a general area, because it hits. Are you familiar with cell towers? Okay, I'll just school you a little bit. To get service, each service provider uses cell towers, right?
Okay.
And these are placed at various locations throughout the metro area, throughout the city, throughout wherever.
And that
right?
gives you your signal strength?
That's going to give you your signal, right? So
Okay.
of course you get to a tower, you're going to get a better signal, right?
Okay.
Unless there's a bunch of people on that cell tower, then it's going to be kind of a horrible signal.
Okay.
It not only tells you that, shows where I'm at in an area, it'll tell me the date and the time that I'm in that area. And it also tells me the general direction in which I'm going, right?
Okay.
It also shows where I'm not. You know what I mean? So if I say, okay, I was here on Friday at noon, check Friday at noon on my GPS, and I'm not over here, it shows me down here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So you had your phone with you the whole time, right?
Yes.
Nobody ever used your phone?
No.
Just you, right?
Just me.
Okay. We have mapped out basically right here what he's holding right there. I'll show you.
This is where your phone's sitting.
Where you were at on this day here, okay?
So now this is Boulder Turnpike.
Okay.
This is Wadsworth. Is this where
They finna break this shit all the way down to him, and he finna feel so stupid.
you picture up right off like Boulder Turnpike and Wadsworth? There's like the 120th, 28th or Midway, whatever it's called, that runs in between right here.
Okay.
So you'd get off the highway, come up. This is the Jeffco Airport or Rocky Mountain Airport where they always do the air shows.
Okay.
Does that look about right? There's kind of like, used to be a Target there, but there's some like shopping centers and banks and stuff all the way around this.
Okay.
And this sits right off of Wadsworth. Does that look about right? This
Yeah.
is where your phone's pinging
Okay.
when you're sending text messages.
The maps do not lie. His phone was pinging right at 116th and Riverdale Road on December 28th, the exact rural spot where Natalie's body was found the next day.
Ooh.
Joseph multiple times mentioned he just dropped her near her apartment and never went anywhere near there. Now you're going to see he is stumbling, memory suddenly fuzzy, claiming he got lost on main roads only.
Facts. He over here about to, yeah,
He
I
is
can't wait
already
to see this
rewriting on
shit.
the fly, and they have not even mentioned the autopsy yet.
So, and that's what we're getting at, is it's showing kind of everywhere that you went, that you guys drove around and everything. But what it shows us too is, I mean, like here all around, man, you can see these arrows telling us which way you went and everything. It shows us that you went to 116th and Riverdale.
Okay.
Do you remember going up there?
Maybe when we were lost.
Kind of like the old farm area.
Yeah.
There's a little dirt road that goes off of it, kind of back towards the old dairy back there.
I don't remember dirt, but
You know Macintosh
Gravel
area?
road.
no.
You've never seen that? Not the
So it was no gravel, no dirt. Boy, they about to catch your stupid ass. You don't even know. You think you getting one off, and you put yourself in a world full of hurt. You just don't know it.
Not at all. But I do know that we just followed my GPS when we got lost.
Okay.
So,
Sure.
I mean, if we did go that way, that's because the GPS told me so.
And it shows times of when you were there. Obviously the date,
Mhm.
which wasn't January. It was in December.
Okay.
December 28th to be exact. Okay.
Okay.
That's the day that she goes missing. Alright? Now I want to tell you this, bro.
she goes missing on the date that she was with you, you just go ahead and get your jail cell ready. Go on, get the jail cell ready, get your commissary ready, J pay, all that shit. Just get all that shit ready.
Hey,
Cause your ass is grass.
from what you told us, we understand this. That she was there. She was found at 116th and Riverdale in that area, wearing exactly what you said. Okay.
You heard that? Wearing exactly what you said. Not what they said, what he said.
From what we think, it could be an assisted suicide, bro.
Woo!
Been very honest, I think, up to this point. But there's some things I think you're leaving out, bro. Okay? I just ask right now that you just come forward, bro. And you get everything off your chest, okay? Get it all out right now, buddy. Okay? We're not here to try to jam you. We're here to try to figure out what happened to her.
Oh, you getting jammed. You already jammed. You just don't know it yet.
So I ask that you just get it all off right now. I think it's an assisted suicide, and I get that. She's crying out. You go pick her up. She has the gun. You don't bring a gun because you're not a killer. You're not a monster. You're not a psychopath. You're there to help her.
I mean, he might be.
And I think somewhere along the lines, things got out of hand, bro. And I think that you need to tell us what happened. Okay? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, he rubbing on you. Oh, yeah, you cooked. You cooked.
I took a lot of time trying to talk her out of it.
I know you did.
Yeah.
I know you did.
At some point, she just got really frustrated. She told me to pull over and...
You see this man? I would have been, get your hands off me. You a dude.
What happened?
Woo. Hey, when a cop go like this to you, put his hand on you, yeah, it's over. Just go ahead and tell it on the mountain.
She did shoot herself.
Hey, hold on, this man got a cookie? Oh yeah, I ain't even noticed that shit. This man got a whole cookie, a chocolate chip cookie. Why you ain't just ask for ice cream?
And I freaked out.
You freaked out? What do you mean?
So I just got out of there as quick as I could.
Somebody's lying.
Obviously, we're going to want to talk now about how it really went, okay? I like the honesty, so let's keep it going. No more bullshit from here on in, okay? Now, what's truth and what was not truth? Okay, let's start there.
And so we did drive around for a little bit. You know, she was looking for places to do it. You know,
And he gonna keep lying.
for me to kill her, but you know, I was pretty adamant that I wasn't going to, and she started getting really frustrated with me. Eventually, we came up onto a road that wasn't too populated.
The dirt road.
Tears welled up as Joseph cracked and lied once more. He confessed they'd pulled over on that dusty back road, yet clung desperately to his tall tail. She supposedly grabbed the gun and shot herself, with him merely standing by.
Cap.
Earlier, he'd sworn the weapon was nowhere in sight. That
Cap.
fell apart fast. Detectives are now gearing up to hit him with the forensic evidence, proving she couldn't have pulled the trigger. It was Joseph who killed Natalia. They deliberately held back the autopsy report, giving him rope to spin wilder and wilder stories under mounting pressure, each iteration more
They gonna do that every time. They gonna let you talk yourself right into the shit.
tangled than the last, until the hard proof cornered him into the brutal truth.
And she told me to stop the car.
So you're still driving? You drive all the way down in? Okay, go from there, but don't leave out any details, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And, you know, we sat in the car for a little bit, and maybe a few minutes. And then she got out. And after we were, you know, arguing for a little bit,
About what?
just,
What y'all arguing for? Y'all just met.
you don't have to do this. There are other things you can do. And she's like, you don't understand what's going on. Like, you've told me that you've been through some things, but what I'm going through is completely different. So she just gets out of my car and she closes the door and everything, and I get out and I start talking to her. But she's over by the tree and she grabs her gun.
From where?
It was in her purse.
You knew it was in her purse, right? Okay.
So
How did you know it was in her purse though? How, like, you see, every time you tell a lie and they ask you about something, it kind of stagnates your lie. So it's like you fucking lying.
at that point, I'm worried if she's gonna shoot me before taking out herself. So
What happens?
I get as close to her as possible. Just trying to stay calm. Don't do anything. And she kneels down, probably sitting by the tree, almost with her back against it, and she shoots herself.
Where?
They already said that was a lie.
Because I wouldn't do it.
Like, they already said that.
I started freaking out. So
If y'all see me with the phone in my face, it's because I'm sitting I'm replying to y'all's comments on the first premiere tonight. So this is a flashback in time. I just time travel, bitches.
I grabbed her purse and her gun, and I just drove away.
And this is how you know I time travel, because look who's online. Layla, Rena, and Everly. Everly just said, hey, Miss Layla, Storm what?
False.
Not Layla is becoming popular. Oh, geez.
Very important question right now. Where's the gun?
It's outside.
Is it in your car?
It's in my trunk. It's under the tire. Under the spare tire.
Okay.
Her purse and everything there too.
Her bag's still there, yeah. I didn't know what to do, and
Okay.
eventually I didn't want it to affect me anymore, so I decided just to forget about it.
Is that why you didn't go to work that night? Because you didn't go to work that night.
Right?
No. You didn't go to work for a couple of days after that, right?
Damn.
Called in sick that night. The next night, called no show the night after that.
How did I do that?
Not only did you not go to work, but your GPS shows that you didn't go to work either. Okay?
He was. I guess that was lying too, huh? The GPS lie right there too.
No more lies, bro.
I really thought I did, though.
I'm going to ask you this, though, okay? I know you're there as a hitman. What she thinks is a hitman. You, in your mind, are portraying this hitman. Right? She wants you to do it. She gets picked up by you.
I'm sorry, I could never let nobody text trick me into doing no stupid shit like that.
In
I'm
her
sorry.
mind, she thinks you're going to do it. She brings a gun. You guys drive around to a secluded place.
Yep.
Do you back in? Do you pull in? How does that work?
I drove into it, and I turned the car around so we could go back up the road.
Okay. You guys get out. Some sort of argument. She kneels down. Are you the one that takes her life, though, or does she do it? You say that you guys were arguing. You didn't get mad and maybe fulfill her fantasy, this sick whatever she's thinking about wanting to have or a hitman.
Never.
Cap.
And you say the gun was like this, or how?
She just sat down and she put it like this. Then she fired. I did kneel down near her. I know that.
And what?
I mean, I was just trying to calm her down, trying to get close enough to maybe grab the gun and take it away from her, but
Okay.
I didn't jump to grab it.
But there's also, when that crime scene is processed, it's processed for evidence, any kind of evidence. You know what I mean? There's also an autopsy that's conducted, and an autopsy will show how a person died, the manner in which they died, and it will also show bullet paths, the path of the bullet, okay? That shows where a person was standing when they were shot, that shows where they were shot, and if a person was able to shoot themselves, okay?
Technology, bro. You can't get away with shit these days. And just to sit up there and lie, bro. Like you ain't even got to lie like that for real. They already know what's up.
Totally honest right now. Because I know she wanted you to do it. You were there to do it. Right? Did you assist her in taking her life?
Only in getting her there. And that was even unintentional.
She's by the tree. Tell me how she's standing. She's sitting. Show me.
So
I need to know how she's standing.
From what I can remember, she's not crisscrossed or anything. She's not on her knees. She's just sitting with her legs up against her chest.
I want you to get down and actually show me, bro. Because I was not there. You were the only one that was there.
Oh, wow.
So she's like this. I can't bend my knees as much, but she's like this for a little bit while I'm trying to talk to her.
And what is she saying?
Not a lot. She's just real quiet. And she just keeps repeating, "No, you don't understand. I don't want to be here anymore, you know? Like, I want to die, but I'm scared to do it myself. That's why I asked for help." I'm like, well, there's other ways out of this, you know? Don't do this. And I'm not too far from her, and I'm maybe like this, pretty close to her, you know, just trying to...
So you're on one knee?
Okay. I believe so. But I'm like this, and I'm just...
He's just gonna keep lying, huh? Fuck it, right? Like, they just told him the shit that they got, and he just said, all right, we're gonna stick with this lie. Bro's persistent in his lie, I'll tell you that.
Trying to talk her out of it, and she shoots herself before I can try to reach and grab the gun.
Joseph drops to the floor and reenacts it step by step. He says he was kneeling on her left side, slightly in front of her. They prayed together. Then, according to him, she asked him to end her life. It's a very different scene from the story he started with. At the beginning of the interview, he insisted he never even learned her name and only wanted to talk her out of it. Now that earlier claim about role-playing as a hitman online starts to look less like a harmless excuse and more like a glimpse into what was really going on. The version he tried to give detectives is no longer holding together.
Did she say anything before this happens?
She stayed quiet.
What happened to her after she shot it?
She fell over to her side.
She fell on her side.
I know she fell, and then
She fell.
Where'd the gun go?
I don't know. I can't remember whether she was holding it still or if she just dropped it afterwards, but I was such in a hurry just to get the hell out of there. I just grabbed it and went.
Where'd you go?
Truth now, remember?
So
As we know, we got your GPS, bro, so truth.
I think I drove around a little bit on, I think it was either 120th or 116th. And eventually I just stopped the car and sat there for a second, just trying to process what happened. And, you know, at that point I'm just like, oh my God, what am I going to do? You know?
You could have went to the cops. That's what you could have done.
I think after that I go home, since I didn't go to work. I really thought I went to work and just forgot about it, but if I didn't go to work, then I went home.
So you go home, you stay at home. You don't go for the next couple of days, you're just staying at home. You're sick at that point, you're freaking out. I mean, this is some pretty crazy shit that just
The
happened.
only time I ever, called no-show is because I was sick.
Okay.
So I was throwing up after that, but that could have been from the shock.
Just the nerves and everything. It's crazy stuff, man, when it's real like that.
I bet it is.
How can you keep this in from your wife?
I didn't want to worry her. I didn't want her to, freak out about it. Especially since, we do have a kid and we're technically living with her.
Bro, you literally just left her in this world by herself and made her a single parent. Like, this was so fucking stupid of you. What about your kid, bro? Your kid is going to have to grow up without a dad.
Parents, and, they're not the most understanding,
Yeah.
So
He took her purse and the gun, hid them, and then went back to his normal life. For 6 weeks, he said nothing. Not to his wife, not to the police. All while Natalie's body had already been found, and her family was still looking for answers. Yet this is the same man who claims he was so shaken by what happened that he couldn't even go to work. Still, he kept her belongings, deleted the email account they used to communicate, and stayed silent. When someone witnesses something that's serious, the normal reaction is to call the police right away. They don't take items from the scene and carry on as if nothing happened. That detail is where the story starts to shift from assistance to something that looks much more deliberate.
Was that eating you up inside though? Not being able to tell anybody? Just going on like nothing happened?
Like I haven't been talking to my girl as much. Like
Yeah, that's gonna, man, that stuff right there, when you keep that inside, you see something like that, you're around something like that, and you don't tell anybody, man, that's...
I don't know how he ain't called the cops, because I would have been calling the cops trying to stop her before she could even do that. Be like, put her ass in a straitjacket. She tripping.
That's no bueno.
there's not a day go by where I wish I could have stopped her in time.
And that feeling doesn't go away, man. I mean, the easiest way is to talk about it and get that pressure off you, get that off your chest. It's kind of like Sergeant Hernandez said, I've been on this case from day one.
He has. He's been putting in some time on this.
Me and my partner have lived every day on this. So you're being honest now. Okay? You know you need to get this off your chest. What I can tell you is I've had to sit there and go over every report, autopsy reports and everything. The autopsy shows she didn't shoot herself. Okay? We know that. Just like you told me when we first sat down, you watched CSI, everything like that. There's evidence that's on every time that shows if somebody's where the gun is at, how far away, everything. We know the gun was at least 3 feet away, a foot to 3 feet away.
What? And her hand don't stretch out that long. Look, your hand don't stretch out that long. Look, I'm 5'9". Hell nah. Hell nah.
But like Sarge said, there's a big difference, man, between serial killer, murder, and everything. Neither one of them.
Now they finna hit them with this line. Now they finna hit him with this line. We know you're not a monster. A monster wouldn't do something like this. We know you're just a guy that made a mistake.
I'm here right now saying, so you went there.
I would make a great detective.
Tell her you went there to murder her.
No.
So we know that didn't happen. But we also know she didn't shoot herself. The evidence shows us that. And that's not something that I can interpret wrong. Anybody else?
She
These are
didn't.
Doctors and scientists saying this is exactly what happened.
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I love interrogation videos. These be my favorite videos. No cap.
So we know she wasn't shot by herself. Did she give you the gun when you guys were kneeling down?
You done. Look, he put his arm on him. You done.
Let it out, bro.
You gotta get off your chest.
Get it
man.
out. Get it out.
Did she ask you to do it? Or what'd you say, man?
She was begging.
For you to do it? So you're kneeling down. We know she's kneeling down and she's sitting on her knees. We know exactly how the bullet goes and everything. So at that point, you just decided to do it?
I couldn't do it the way that she asked.
What you mean you couldn't do it the way she asked, sir?
Couldn't be that inhuman to her.
Sure. You're making this connection. She already opened up to you, so... Yeah. Is that why you decided to do it where you were looking at her? You do it from the front right here.
You big dummy.
I couldn't imagine, like, what she had been going through, you know? I mean, I've gone through similar things, but that bad, you know?
I can tell you, man, like I said, me and my partner, we have talked to the family, we have learned everything about this girl. She was going through a lot. Crazy amount of stuff. Like, I can't even imagine what she was going through.
You name it, she was involved in it somehow, or it happened to her somewhere in some capacity. So
that's what I'm saying, man.
I cried the whole time.
Absolutely.
Why would you cry the whole time if you agreed to
Fired
it?
the one shot. After that, you grabbed her purse.
That's when I freaked out and just got out of there.
She wanted you to do it from behind, right? Execution style.
Pause.
I'm not as intimate as he is. He knows this all of me. How is it? I am her. You're you. Natalie's her name. Okay. Natalie's down like this, you say. Kind of sitting on her butt, though, right? Okay.
How are you? How do you decide to
Next
do
door.
it? Which way? On her left, on her right?
I'm on her left.
Okay, so you be you. I'm gonna be me. Be you. Okay? This is where we gotta get all the details, bro.
We know the tree's right here, if that helps you. We know the tree.
So should I be sitting against the
No,
tree?
you're perfect.
Hey, when they get you to start reenacting some shit, boy, you cook, boy. You might as well just say, "Take me to the king," because that's where you going. You ain't getting
And
out.
what's the conversation right before it happens? Are you saying anything to her? Do you guys say a prayer? And what's going on?
We pray.
Who do you pray to?
I was raised Catholic Lutheran.
Okay.
So you was praying to Mary. That's who you was praying to. That's who Catholics pray to, is the Virgin Mary.
I'm just sitting there praying, you know, hoping that, you know, she finds something better in the next life. And
what's she doing?
she's just silent.
Does she have her eyes closed? Okay. And you're saying you're praying. You're actually praying.
Mhm.
Okay. You say a prayer. Then what?
And then, you know, I ask her again, are you sure that you want to do this? I'm still crying.
Okay. You're
From it.
crying. Okay. You're
I don't know
kneeling,
if I
praying.
was bawling or if I was just had tears down my eyes, but
Okay.
I asked her, you know, are you sure about this? Because during the car ride, she did convince me to do it.
Okay. I'm sure she did. She's very convincing. Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
I like how empathetic this officer is. This guy knows how to get a story out of somebody. Shit.
And then
This is one investigator I would not want investigating me. You touching on me, you trying to empathize with me, you acting like you my brother, like you care. Whoo, Lord.
she's like, yes, please just end all this pain that I'm in.
Okay.
So I closed my eyes. And that's when I fired.
Joseph says he closed his eyes because he could not bear to look. That single detail is devastating. The man who spent the
You shouldn't have been doing no shit like that. You shouldn't have been doing no shit like that. You should have been in the car taking her ass to the psych hospital. You not God. It don't matter if she wanted to kill herself. That's not your job. And for the fact that you sat up here and did it, now you finna go to jail for somebody else, you gotta be dumber than a box of rocks. You really do. And I'm sorry for yelling, y'all, but this just pissed me off. What do you mean you gonna sit there and hold a gun at somebody and then close your eyes? Who the f do that? If you gotta do that, there's no point in you being in that position, doing that shit. You know how fast I would have been Googling a mental hospital? And I would have called the police? Or I would have texted the police? Right? Come on, man. Come on. Is that really what even happened, though? Because at the end of the day, all we got is his word. And you know, it's three sides to every story. It's the victim, it's the suspect, and then it's the actual fucking truth of what really happened. And unless it's caught on body cam, we never know the final moments. All we have is hearsay. That's it. That's crazy to me, though. Like, why would you allow yourself, and then you go back to your home, like everything just all peaches and cream. Like you ain't just see somebody's soul leave their body. That ain't no normal shit.
first half of the interview, painting himself as the caring listener, now admits he looked away while he killed her. Every time he adds a new
That is a cowardly move. You gonna look away while you kill somebody. You don't need to be doing this shit.
detail to make himself sound reluctant, the evidence quietly contradicts it. The prayer, the kneeling position, the closed eyes, these are not the actions of someone fighting to stop a... These are the actions of someone who decided to finish what the ad started.
Close your eyes. How do you arm bent like this? Is your arm straight out? You use two hands or what?
It was two hands because I was shaking.
And you put it to her head or you're away?
I'm away.
You're away because that, obviously that's, evidence, okay? And are you aiming?
No, I turned my head like this and closed my eyes.
Okay.
Did you know you were pointing it at her before you closed your eyes? So that way you knew that it was at least pointed in the right direction?
Hell yeah, he knew.
Okay. At what point do you put the gun? Where do you put the gun to get in and you haul ass out of there?
It's just in the purse. I'm in my passenger seat at that point.
Okay, then when do you make the transfer from inside to the trunk?
Not until I get home.
Okay. And that's where it's been ever since? Is it still loaded?
I believe so, because I never checked it after that.
And she brought the gun, right?
And you've been riding around with a loaded gun in your car that has a body on it.
Oh, man. When we found Natalie, we're processing the crime.
Y'all should have known what time it was when they was giving the boy chocolate chip cookies.
And everything. Pocket.
Don't accept that in prison, though. You know what I'm saying? Unless you like that type of shit.
Turned inside out.
You accept that honey bun, they gonna get your honey in a bun.
No.
Buns of honey. They gonna put honey in your bun.
In her pocket that you had to get back out.
I never touched her.
Was that? Did you even see that? Was that like that before?
No, her pockets were in her jeans and everything. I never.
So you guys are kneeling down. You shoot her, and you never touch her or anything. You never entered her pockets.
I just don't believe, bro.
The only things I grabbed of hers were the purse and the gun.
Okay. Want to take a break? In this restroom or something? We'll take a smoke break in a while, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Just a few minutes, please. Joseph, thank you for telling us the truth. It helps. Okay.
It's really been killing me every day.
This man just gave him dap for confessing to a murder. Oh man, this cop here. Oh man, this boy. Hey, that detective right there, boy. He a cold. He stone cold. You thought the killer was stone cold, but that detective, boy. I don't never put me in front of a detective like that, man. No.
You hug, I don't know why, but I just felt like it's like doing that. Okay, I see how it's wearing on you.
It's been haunting me.
It's been haunting you.
Like I regret it every day. There's not a day I go by.
Because you want to know why? You're human. You're not an animal. You're not a killer.
Didn't I just say that shit was coming up? Didn't I just say that?
That's why. All right.
I just said that, right? My boy got that chili bowl cut. You better watch out. You better watch out for your tia, cause he gonna get her.
Get on water and get your cigarette here in a minute.
A cigarette is crazy. Well, your ass going to jail. I wonder how much time they gonna give him though, since he was
Joseph
empathetic.
was arrested that same night and charged with first-degree murder. In December 2018, he took a plea deal and pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. The judge sentenced him to 48 years in prison with the possibility of parole. The prosecutor put it straight. He didn't respond like someone who should have helped. He responded like a predator. At sentencing, Natalie's dad, Ted Bollinger, stood up and said the plea deal felt like spit in my family's face. He looked at Joseph and told him, "You took advantage of my daughter. She was vulnerable and drugged."
Hold on. Her dad was in jail? He took advantage of her and she was drugged?
"You premeditated. You brutally shot and killed my baby." So all the pieces, the phone texts, the Craigslist ad investigators found,
I know he was in that prison cell going crazy.
the GPS data, the autopsy, and that long investigation that started with the wrong suspect added up to one final verdict. 48 years behind bars for Joseph Lopez. Thanks for watching.
And that boy really dapped him up and gave him a hug like he was, boy, if I would have seen that officer doing that to me, I would have been like, boy, fuck you, get off of me.
Today's video.
Oh, no. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to all my supporters. I love you. Next video premiere just probably premiered at the same time of this video, and there's probably going to be another video premiering right now. I have the video that's premiering right now pinned, and the video that premiered at the same time at this video is going to be in a comment somewhere. So go find it. It's going to be two awesome videos. But that's it, baby. Oh, one more thing. How do you guys feel about this? What are your thoughts on this? Please tell me your thoughts. Leave it in the comments below. Let's go crazy. I will reply back. I'll reply back to all the comments I can. You get what I'm saying? But now we can say, we out.